Welcome to the credit card layer of Mark Reese. You all requested it, so today we're going to reveal it. All 41 credit cards. Hey everyone, it's Mark. I'm here to help you put more money in your pocket through credit cards and smart financial habits. If that sounds good to you, do me a quick favor and click on the like and subscribe button down below. Also check out the links down below in the description area to view some great credit card offers, to get some additional cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, and to sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a great app to manage a lot of credit cards and rewards all in one place. Are you ready for the most epic credit card video in YouTube history? If so, let's go. All right, before we begin here, we've got some house rules to go over as well as some disclosures to make. So number one, if I have card XYZ, that does not mean you should go get card XYZ. Always apply for cards that help you achieve your goals, whether they're cashback focused to invest or to get travel rewards for a trip of a lifetime, whatever it is for you. Number two, if I have a lot of cards, that does not mean you should have a lot of cards. Get the number of cards you need or want to achieve your goals and that you can manage easily. Number three, before applying for any new credit card, make sure that you A, understand what you're getting yourself into, B, buy the things you normally buy anyway with cash or with a debit card. C, spend less money than you make. That way you avoid things like getting into debt, for example. And D, make sure you always pay your full monthly bill by the due date to build a strong score and avoid interest along the way. Because once you start paying interest, then the value of your rewards are pretty much wiped out. Number four, for any card with an annual fee, make sure you get more value than it costs you and also can afford it based on your financial situation. And lastly, number five, financial responsibility comes first. So get your money right before getting into the credit card rewards game. And with all that said, now let's go check out all the cards that I have. Let's begin this wild journey first with an introduction of each card. So I'll go from left to right, top to bottom, and tell you what all of these cards are. We've got the American Express Business Platinum Card ×2, the Personal Regular Platinum Card, the Charles Schwab Platinum Card, the American Express Business Gold Card, the Regular Personal Gold Card, the Regular Personal Rose Gold Card, the Personal Green Card, the American Express Blue Business Plus, Blue Business Cash, Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, Marriott Bonvoy Business, and that's all for American Express. Moving into Chase, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Freedom Flex, Business Cash, Business Unlimited, Marriott Bonvoy Premier Plus Business, no longer available to new applicants, and the Ritz-Carlton card, the World of Hyatt card, and the Whole Foods card, which is actually the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa signature, but I switched the card design over to the green Whole Foods design to make it a little bit different. On to Citibank, we have the Custom Cash, the Double Cash, the Thank You Preferred, no longer open to new applicants, the Advantage Mile Up card, Citi Business Advantage Platinum Select, Costco Anywhere Visa Personal Edition, the Citi Dividend card, also no longer open to new applicants, and now on to US Bank with the Altitude Reserve, the Cash Plus, the Business Leverage, and the Business Triple Cash. Then jumping over to Capital One, we have the Venture X, the Regular Venture Rewards, and the Spark Business Select card. Then for Bank of America, we have the Business Advantage Customized Cash Rewards card, and that's all for Bank of America. We have a couple Barclays card, the Advantage Aviator, the one with no annual fee, the Wyndham Earner Business, that's all for Barclays, and then a few individuals that are just one-off cards for each issuer. So the PNC Cash Rewards card, Discover It Cash Back, Wells Fargo Propel, also a discontinued card, and finally the Apple card issued by Goldman Sachs. I think it's pretty safe to say that I like credit cards. So now let's talk about the details behind these cards, their credit limits, annual fees, benefits, and more. Because after all, I did get them for a reason. All right, so now that you've seen all my cards in person, in physical form, here's the digital version of it all up on the screen in case you want to take it in a much easier way here. The total there is in the bottom right of 41 cards, and I've organized this by issuer. So all the Amex cards followed by Chase, then Citibank all the way down. So with so many cards, let's check out the timeline in terms of when I actually got them. What I've done here is reorganized all my cards by date in terms of when I opened the account for the first time. And then I also put the dates of each individual card above the graphic for every single one of them. So we start over here with the Chase Freedom Flex on July 27th, 2014. And you're probably wondering, Mark, the Freedom Flex did not exist in 2014. How in the world does that make sense? You will see in just just a moment. So the story began in 2014 here, it goes to 2015, all the way down to present day. My most recent card was the US Bank Business Triple Cash card on December 17th, 2021. And this total here is not the average age of accounts, rather it's the total time from the first card up in the top left to that US Bank business card there in the bottom right. So all in, the time frame for acquiring all these cards was approximately 7 years and 5 months. Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to point out some discrepancies, a couple of which you probably are already aware of. So let's get right to it. 3, 2, 1, and now you see a bunch of cards outlined in yellow. So first of all, the Freedom Flex. No, I did not literally get that card in 2014, but look at this right here. These are my active credit accounts, not cards. So the account is represented by your 15 or 16 digit number, and then the card itself is associated with your account. So I literally opened up these card accounts on the dates that you see on the screen, but the cards may have changed as I've done upgrades to higher fee cards or downgrades to lower fee cards or complete product change shifts from one card family to a different one, because some issuers allow you to do that over time. Which means while this is the current timeline, I'm now going to shift over to the original timeline and show you the actual cards that I first opened the account with. So it'll make a lot more sense that way. So let's now flip these cards over. Here's the original timeline. So it really began with the Sapphire Preferred, then the original Freedom card, basically precursor to the current Flex, then the Citi Advantage Platinum Select card, which as you saw previously was the Citi Dividend card. That one's been discontinued. Hopping over here, this was the Citi Thank You Preferred. I originally opened the Prestige though. We've got the Marriott Rewards Premier Plus. That was the Ritz-Carlton card that I have now, but that was the precursor to the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless. Then it went from Boundless to Ritz. The Advantage Aviator Red was the card I opened, which I then downgraded to the no-fee Aviator. That's what I've got now. The current Citi Custom Cash, which you saw right here on this screen, that's what I've got open, but that was a product change from the original Citi Simplicity card. Then down here, where I had the Mile Up card, the no-fee AA from Citi, that was a downgrade from the Citi Advantage Executive. The SPG Luxury, which was the precursor to the Bonvoy Brilliant that I still have open today. And finally, the BBVA Select card, which I now have the PNC Cash Rewards card. But even all this does not tell my full credit story. In fact, I have about 23 more cards, at least as I make this video, that have all been canceled. I'm only showing you my active cards that I have right now. So if you actually want to see another video, because this one would be way too long if I did, 64 cards. So if you want to see my entire credit story and full timeline, including active and canceled accounts, which begins back in 2008, believe it or not, then let me know down below in the comments if I should make another video with my full story and all the details of my true timeline. But for now, as we move forward through this video, you'll see the timeline and the reasons and all that, my fees and credit limits for my current active cards. And by the way, since we're dealing with so many different credit cards here, I want to mention the app MAXREWARDS, which I've mirrored here on the screen for you all to see. It's a great app to manage all of your different cards and the rewards programs plus benefits in one place. So up here at the top, you can see my rewards balance, my cards balance, my credit utilization, and my available credit, plus all the bills that I have, the amounts that are due, and the actual dates they're due, plus bonus trackers. So when I sign up for a new card, I can see how much I've spent against the spend requirement to receive that bonus, all my credit scores. And by the way, if you thought having a lot of cards means you're gonna have a terrible score, that's obviously not the case here. So no, having a lot of cards is not bad for your score by default. It can actually help your score in a very big way if you manage them properly. Also, another tab here to show you the best card that you currently have for each category to make sure that you earn the most amount of rewards possible when you spend. So again, if you're dealing with multiple credit cards and multiple rewards programs and you want a simple way to stay on top of it all, check out MAXREWARDS, link down below. So let's tackle the next topic here, the annual fees. Here's the same graphic that you saw earlier, but now I've actually replaced the little text there above each card with the annual fee for each one. So all in, if you add all these fees up, it's a total of $6,182. And while that sounds crazy, and it is crazy, what's even crazier is that if you look to the right of that total down there, American Express card fees total $4,300. In other words, Amex alone makes up 69.5% of all my fees. Now, if you keep your eyes focused there in the bottom right-hand corner where you see the total and then the Amex total in percent, I'm not going to change that over to my actual allocation on the personal versus business side. So on the personal, I have $3,984, and then business makes up the other $2,198. So how do I justify paying all these fees? Well, let's talk about that a little bit here. Looking at the 4 platinum cards here, that's $2,780 in total fees. The benefits, collectively speaking here, as we add them up across each card, I receive $800 in airline fee credits, $400 of Uber Cash, $400 for Adele, $240 for wireless credits, $200 for SATs, $179.40 for streaming credits because I currently only have one subscription. That's $14.95 a month. $14.95 times 12 is $179.40, and then another $179 even for a clear credit. Adding those up, it's $2,398.40 of value. So the remaining cost is $381.60 out of pocket. I justify that with the points that I earn from my spend on these cards, also through referrals and the bonuses in year 1. The 2 gold cards are $500 in annual fees total. The benefits that I receive are $240 in dining credits plus $240 for Uber Cash. That's $480 in total value, leaving me with a remaining cost of $20. I justify that with the points earned from my regular spend categories and through referrals. The business gold card and my personal green card, $445 in annual fees. The benefits really is just earning triple points on transit and triple points on select hotels whenever I decide to use it instead of a hotel card. That's only about $25, maybe more in value per year. So the remaining cost is $420. Justification, well, the green card is great for referrals, and the business gold, I initially got it for the 4x points on online ad spending, which I no longer have anymore, but it served me well for the past year, and for the year 1 bonus, which was a very, very big. I believe that was 90,000 points. So I'll probably cancel that one or downgrade it or do something with it, but I'm no longer able to fully justify that card. My US Bank Business Leverage Card, originally a $95 annual fee and might have been waived in the first year, but there are no benefits to use and justify going forward that I value, so I'll probably cancel it or get a retention offer or a product change if they allow me. I'll figure something out. Capital One Venture X and US Bank Altitude Reserve, collectively $795 in annual fees, and the benefits that I value a lot with these two are $625 in travel credits, as well as $100 in annual miles from the Venture X. That gives me $725 in value. Remaining cost is therefore $70, justified with points earned on the cards and lounge access, specifically to the Capital One Lounge, Chase Sapphire Preferred, and Capital One Venture Rewards, $154 in annual fees. The benefits there are just the Chase transfer partners and the Chase 25% boost, making all my ultimate rewards points more valuable toward travel. So I would value access to those 2 benefits at $95, maybe more. That's subjective. So the remaining cost is $59, and that's because the grandfathered annual fee that I have from the Venture card is only $59. So I justify it with the CSP's benefits. The Venture is not justified anymore now that I have the Venture X. Previously it was fine, but I'll have to find some sort of either retention offer or product change, some other route to take now that I have 2 Venture branded cards, one of which I value more than the other now. Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant Ritz-Carlton card, $900 in annual fees. Benefits include $300 in a Marriott Bonvoy credit, another $300 for air incidentals, and $500 in hotel nights across 2 50,000 point certificates, plus 15 elite night credits and Marriott Gold status, just adding up the first 3, which have more of a hard average value. That's $1,100 there, so remaining cost not applicable. I'm already justified with over $200 in profit with these cards. We've then got 2 more Marriott cards, the Bonvoy Business from American Express and the Bonvoy Premier Plus Business through Chase. That one's a discontinued card, no longer available to new applicants. $198 in annual fees, and benefits are $300 in hotel nights. That's more of a conservative value for the 2 35K certificates and 15 more elite night credits. I value that at $300 or more. no remaining cost, and therefore already justify with $102 or more at a profit, depending on how much value I can redeem those certificates for. My last two hotel cards, the World of Hyatt and the Wyndham Rewards Earner Business, $198 in total fees, and for the benefits, it's $150 for hotel nights. That's from Hyatt, valuing my certificate in a conservative way, and another $100 for Wyndham. That's my conservative value for the 15,000 points it issues. Plus Hyatt Discoverist Elite status and Wyndham Diamond Elite status, at least $250 of value. So I've got $52 there of profit. Or more if I can redeem for higher value nights. And my last card with an annual fee, the City Business Advantage Platinum Select, $99 annual fee. I do fly AA pretty frequently, so I really value the first checked bag free benefit, preferred boarding, so I never have to worry about overhead bin space, and two 25% discounts for food and beverage, and the other one for Wi-Fi. I value that at least at a break-even point, depending on how much I fly AA. So $99 or more. So no remaining costs there. I at least break even or profit from that every single year, because I would gladly pay for, preferred boarding or bad chats or whatever else if they gave me a la carte options to buy these things. So to have it bundled with one card is pretty nice. And then my remaining 21 cards, so roughly half of my card portfolio, have no annual fees whatsoever. So this is a beautiful site right here. And to provide you all with one more different perspective here, I view a lot of the annual fees, at least on the 14 cards here on the screen, as part of my annual travel and food budget. So believe it or not, my monthly budget includes $0 for travel. That's because my annual fees, to me, include the benefits that I use to travel with. So my gold cards give me $240 in food credits. I oftentimes do pickup orders through Grubhub. That way I don't have delivery fees or tips or small order fees. None of that. It's all eliminated. Then my platinum cards here, plus my Capital One US Bank and my two big fee hotel cards, those with 2, 4, 6, 8 cards, that collectively is $2,025 in travel credits, plus $400 in ground transportation via Uber or more food from Uber Eats. And I excluded the hotel credits because I don't use those yet. Maybe I will in the future, but they haven't fit in with my travel style at the moment. And then lastly, the bottom 6, so overlapping with my 2 high fee Marriott cards, that's over $1,000 in hotel nights. So before I start paying for travel out of pocket, I look at these benefits first. What credits can I use? What certificates, what points can I use? So this is over $3,700 in annual travel and food credits. This is excluding all the points and miles that I earn, excluding the insurance, the elite status, the referrals, other credits, other benefits. This is only travel and only food. So out of these 14 cards, which are over $5,300 in fees, or 87.2% responsible for all of my fees, I get over $3,700 of that back for my travel, my flights, my hotels, ground transport, all of that stuff. So if you all spend $3 or $4 grand in travel by yourself or as a family per year, well, so do I, but I actually pull from my credit cards first before I spend any cash. And for one final perspective of all my annual fees versus the points earned, if we look at 2021, all the points that I earned and also received, because I had some points pending from Rakuten that I'm not counting, and I value all my points from all banks at 1 cent to 1.1 cents each, it was over $16,000 of total rewards value. Subtracting out the annual fees at their full price, all the credits, etc., not factored out. So doing that math, I was still left with $9,929.88 in profit. So pushing aside all the benefits and credits of all the cards, just full fees versus points, the value of the points earned, it made a lot of sense for me to do so in 2021 because I was able to profit, cover a lot of monthly expenses, and also invest the rest. Let's switch over to a new topic and look at the credit limits that I have across each individual card and all the cards added up together. What I've done now is taken all the same cards that you've seen earlier, but rearranged them in order of the smallest credit limit up to the highest credit limit. So we start here in the top left of $1,037. Then that was on my Bonvoy Premier Plus Business. Then my Business Unlimited from Chase was $1,064. Then $3,000, $4,500, on and on it goes, all the way to my largest limit, which is the Capital One Venture S at $30,000. And yes, I will answer a question you are probably thinking right now. Why are some of my credit limits so weird, especially those first two, as well as my Chase Sapphire Preferred at $12,451 and my Ink Business Cash at $15,599. The reason for that is some of these credit lines are not the original limits that I got when I first opened the accounts. A lot of them are actually credit line reallocations. So for example, if you saw my Watch Me Apply video for the Wyndham Earner business right here, I was approved for $1,000. But obviously that wasn't enough to do significant spending on. So I took $4,000 from this card, my Advantage Aviator, which was $23,000, also issued by Barclays, and moved $4,000 over to the Wyndham card. And sometimes when you do credit line reallocations, like with Chase, for example, these are only $1,037 or $12,451. Oftentimes I'll ask Chase if I want to move all of my limit from one card to another, and I say, hey, what's the total amount I can move? They will usually tell you some obscure amount. It's probably based on some percentage of their algorithm or however they determine it. But you cannot move, for example, all of your 10K limit to another card and have 0K limit. They have some sort of way of determining that, and so oftentimes I'm left over with some weird remnant number on certain accounts. Anyway, those are my limits. You can pause this screen to look at it in more depth if you'd like. For the Amex cards that are charge cards down here at the bottom, I put NA for all of those because, again, they are charge cards by default, which means you always pay the balance in full. But they do have POT for pay over time, which if you turn that feature on, then you can carry balances month to month with interest. So charge cards today from Amex are more like hybrid cards. And those pay over time limits can fluctuate from even one month to another based on your use of the card. So if we add up all my limits together and exclude the pay over time limits, because those are not traditional credit lines, I've got $361,451 of credit limits. Plus, on the personal side, if we break it down further, that constitutes $270,251. And then my business lines make up $91,200. So Mark, why did you get all these cards in the first place? Well, let me break it down for you issuer by issuer, but we're going to skip over both American Express and Chase. I feel like I've covered those two cards really well earlier in this video because most of those are related to travel and hotel cards. So if you want to see my rationale for justifying the fees on those, watch the previous segment again. But going forward, we'll jump right in starting with Citibank. So with Citi, I've got 7 different credit cards. And upon first observation here, a pretty cool thing to note is that only one has an annual fee. That is this one right here, my AA card. So pretty much almost a no-cost setup with Citi, which is great. So the double cash I got for 2% back on all non-bonus spend wherever Amex is not accepted. So it's my Blue Business Plus alternative. The Citi Thank You Preferred was a no-fee downgrade option from my original Citi Prestige card. The Advantage Mile Up card, again, another no-fee downgrade from the Citi Advantage Executive. The Citi Business Platinum Select, I have open for my AA benefits, like preferred boarding, 25% off food and beverage, and 25% off in-flight Wi-Fi, which I really appreciate those 3 together. The Costco Anywhere card, I had that to combine my Costco membership card with a payment method and also earn 2% back on Costco purchases. That was before I had the US Bank Altitude Reserve, which we'll get to. The Citi Dividend card is another one of those 5% cashback cards with rotating quarterly categories. It was a no-fee downgrade from the Citi Advantage Executive round 2 because I had that card in 2 different situations over the years. This card I don't believe is available anymore via product change. Maybe it is. I got this years ago. Let me know if you've been able to get it, but it's no longer open to new applicants. Then for the Citi Custom Cash, I have for the 5% cashback in one category where I spend the most. There's a list of eligible categories, so whichever one does not overlap with other 5% cards, I just make sure that I spend only in that category on that card to guarantee that I trigger the 5%. With US Bank, I've got 4 cards. First is the Cash Plus to earn 5% in 2 choice categories every quarter. Again, selecting ones that don't overlap with the other 5% cards I have. The Altitude Reserve is great for 3 points per dollar, equal to 3% cash back, or 4.5% if I redeem for travel, on all mobile wallet transactions, including Costco, so Apple Pay, Android Pay, etc. The points are worth 1.5 cents each toward travel, which I love. and a $325 annual credit that I can use for dining or travel or a mix of both. And for the 2 business cards there on the far right, those are just for the welcome offers. The business triple cash was for the $500 bonus there, and the business leverage was for 75,000 points worth $750 of cash back. For Capital One, I've got 3 active accounts at the moment. The first is the Venture X, which I have for Capital One lounge access. Right now, just the DFW location is open. I fly to or through that airport pretty much every year, multiple times, so I value that benefit very highly. $300 of annual credit for travel via Capital One's portal, and an anniversary bonus of 10,000 miles worth $100. The Venture Rewards there in the middle, I got originally for the welcome offer like 4 or 5 years ago. That was worth about $500 toward travel. And then the Spark Business Select card with no annual fee. The welcome offer was $500 and I got it for that. The next and final bank that I will cover individually is Barclays. I have the Advantage Aviator card with no annual fee. That was a simple downgrade from the Advantage Aviator Red card. And then the Wyndham Rewards Earner Business I got for the welcome offer of 90,000 points, and the Wyndham Benefits, which is Diamond Elite status, and 15,000 anniversary points, which to me is equal to a free night somewhere. And to conclude this section and the entire presentation here, the other cards here I just put all together because I only had 1 card for each individual issuer. The Discover It Cashback card I got for 5% rotating quarterly categories. As you've seen, I have a number of 5% cards with no annual fee. Those are great to really work together because cashback, when you redeem it all, can all end up in one checking account combined together, which is great. For the Apple card issued by Goldman Sachs, I simply wanted hands-on experience with a fintech style card because Apple, a tech company entering into the financial sector, so fintech, it was very different than your traditional, legacy banks that have been around for many decades or even a century plus. The application process is very different, and so is card management with its integration with the wallet app on your iPhone. So because it was so unique and different from what I was used to in the past, when people asked me questions about it, I wanted to be able to answer. And without getting experience, I had no idea how this thing worked. So I wanted to educate myself so that way I could educate other people. The Wells Fargo Propel card, no longer available to new applicants. It's a legacy card that I still have open. Got it for the welcome offer of 20,000 points worth $200 of cash back. I found it useful also for 3X rewards categories equal to 3% cash back with no annual fee. My PNC Cash Rewards card was a product change from the BBVA Select credit card. When PNC bought BBVA, they sent me the Cash Rewards card as a replacement to use going forward. It also earns 4% back on gas year-round with no annual fee. So when all of my 5% cards are not earning on gas, that's a great plan B to have. And lastly, Bank of America. This is the, Business Advantage Customized Cash Rewards credit card. It's a mouthful. I got that one for the welcome offer. Primarily, that was $750 in cash back as a statement credit, and also to establish credit with Bank of America. I had tried for probably 1.5 years or 2 years on the personal side, always got denied. Eventually opened up a checking and savings account, and then applied for the business card and finally got approved. So it was a long time coming for me to establish a credit relationship with Bank of America, and that was my way to do it. And with all that said, if you all enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit or at least entertain other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications. Also check out the links down below in the description area to view some great credit card offers, to get some additional cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, and to sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a great app to manage 41 credit cards or less and the rewards in one place. I thank you all for watching today's video. I hope it brought you some great value and at least some understanding in terms of how my mind works. I look forward to seeing you again in future episodes, and until then, remember, you are great.